Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show today's best country mix. And joining me right here today is Armando Ray. How are you, Armando?
I'm doing great. Great. How are you? And thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into acting.
Okay, so I was born in Los Angeles, come from a family that came from Mexico, and grew up all in Southern California, up and down the coast here. And and I've always had that thing where I like the whole acting and entertainment stuff, and just slowly but surely started taking acting classes in school and stuff like that. Of course, back then we didn't have the access that we have now, like looking things up right away and getting informed. And the town that I lived in, I wasn't living in the city. I lived outside of LA. It was even harder to try to connect or to get information on that. And the schools really weren't focused on performing arts or anything like that, at least in my experience. And but that's how I started. I always had that thing for acting, and once I was going to graduate from high school, instead of getting my senior pictures, I went and got professional headshots done, and I started sending them out to agents in LA until I landed my first agency, and pretty much that's how it all began. I started auditioning and booking work, commercials, theater. In a nutshell, that's how it all began many years ago.
That's awesome. So, what are you in?
So right now, I just finished the show a few months ago, but right now, of course, the big thing is Darman. I'm one of the recurring actors on Darman, and it's just been such a great experience, and I just love it. I love being there.
Absolutely. Do you have something in particular that you love about Darman and the studio and everything?
Yeah, Darman, it's just become such a big hit, which I love and I'm so grateful for. And one of the things that I love about the experience of working with Darman, not only the message that we're giving out to the world, like literally to the whole world, because it's being seen worldwide, um, but just when we show up at the studio to work, because now there's so many different productions going on at the same time, that we show up to work and you don't know who you're going to run into. Friends and colleagues that we may not be working in the same episode,
Hmm.
but then we run into each other in the hallways at the studios, and it's just like a reunion, and it's just so great every time we see each other. It's like, oh my god, you're here, because we're not expecting to see each other. And when you do, it's just so awesome. It's just become such a nice working environment, and it's just been so great connecting with our fellow actors and friends who now have become friends and family.
Absolutely. So, if you could act with anyone, who would you choose and why?
Oh my goodness. I think I, I'm just going to go with the first person that came to my mind, and that would be Salma Hayek. Um, just because when she came to the United States to work, people didn't know who she was, although in Mexico she was already a star. And so she came to this country to try to make it as an actress, and I remember seeing her in a film where she was just a few, not, I don't want to say just, but just because the level that she had in Mexico, she came here, and I remember seeing her work as an extra, which is a very respectable job also, but I just wasn't used to seeing her like that. And just to see how here she had to start, like, everybody else that we were going to auditions and things like that, and just what she became here and broke barriers and all that. It's just something that I really respect her for, and I would love at some point to be able to work with her. Did you hear that, Salma?
What was that?
No, I was just telling Salma in case she's watching or listening. I'm like, did you hear that,
Oh.
Salma?
You never know. She could be watching it. You never know.
You never know. You never know. I mean, she might be a fan. Who knows?
Not to my knowledge, but
Hey,
yeah.
you exactly.
Hmm. So, do you have any advice for those who might want to start acting, Armando?
I do. Um, from just from coming myself coming from I mean from nothing, and of course I'm still working, and I'm still
Hmm.
trying to get to the next level and everything. But all I can say is be prepared. Just study, take acting classes. Right now, if you're in school, take go into drama class, go into a speech class, uh, a music class. Just do all the do all those things, get involved. And if you're not in high school anymore, take commercial workshops, take anything you can, because when you go to an audition, okay, when you leave there saying I kicked major booty with my audition, whether you get the part or not, but just leaving there and saying I know I impressed them, right? It's the best feeling in the world when you show up to an audition and you're prepared. It's the best thing. I mean, that would be that's like the foundation of what I would advise anyone is take classes so that when you show up to an audition, you come across as somebody that's prepared. And then the rest, it's whether you get the part or not, it all falls into place because they remember you.
It sure does, because maybe you don't work for that particular movie, but they're gonna call you back. Maybe they'll call you back and be like, "Hey, found a better part for you."
Exactly. They'll call you back. And not only that, but casting directors or producers, directors, then they put you in a different category. You know what I'm saying? It'll
Hmm.
be like, okay, so we don't have a lot of time to audition a lot of people. Let's get 10 of the actors that we know that are going to come here and are going to come prepared. And guess what? You become one of those 10 actors that comes in and gets called all the time. So it'll just be a matter of time until you land something.
Definitely. So, do you have any new projects or anything going on?
Um, So right now, I just finished the film, and
Hmm.
I'm not sure how much I can say about that film just yet. And possibly continuing working. This is what I was talking about right now. Continuing working with the same director for the summer. We haven't confirmed it yet, but
Hmm.
hopefully it'll happen. And aside from that, just I have a few more episodes coming out with Darman, and I'm hoping, to just keep coming back and filming more episodes and working with more of my colleagues on Darman, and just putting out a positive vibe to the world.
Hmm. That's super important.
Yeah, yeah, I
Hmm.
think so. I think so.
So, where can people find you on social media if they want to give you a follow?
Of course. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I'm on Instagram under Armando Ray ACT. So it's Armando Ray REY ACT on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook user anymore, and I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I don't have a TikTok. Everybody keeps telling me, Armando, you need to get a TikTok. What's going on? And I will. I promise I will. And when I do, hopefully, you'll be able to find me, and your listeners will be able to find me, and then we can all follow each other and be connected that way. But for now, the main way is Instagram.
That's awesome. Definitely follow him if you haven't, guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Do you have a message for those who have been following you for a while or anyone new?
You know, for everybody that's been in that has been following me for a while, or people that just started following me, I just I just want to say, like, from the bottom of my heart, how grateful I am, um, to have people following me, to have people recognize my work, uh, to have people admire the work that we do with
Hmm.
Darman. Most of the fans are following because they're Darman fans and Darman fam, because
Hmm.
that's like the hashtag Darman fam. Um, and just how grateful I am. And I read your messages, and I'm grateful. I don't always get to respond right away, but I see you, and I think what I could tell everyone is that we're connected. We're connected worldwide, and I think this connection that we all have now,
Hmm.
we can start making the world even a better place. Because we can all communicate, and I'm just very, very grateful that you are in my life.
That is awesome. So, is there
Thank you.
anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention, Armando?
um Gosh, no, I mean, I think, we talked about good things, we mentioned Selma, things like that. But no, I think, the most, for me, when I do these interviews, it's just putting out this message to those kids that follow, kids that have dreams. I was once in your shoes, and dreams come true,
Hmm.
but we have to work for those dreams, and it's okay, and that's what we're here for. And just prepare ourselves and never give up. um, that's just what I always like to say, especially for the kids
Hmm.
that have dreams.
I agree 1000%. And you'll never get there unless if you do the work, honestly.
Exactly, exactly. Do the work, and it's work that's never ending. Like I said, I'm still working right now, and I'm
Hmm.
still trying to figure out what do I need to do to get to the next level, to get to the next step, to get the next project. You know, uh, the world keeps changing, and we have to change with it.
Hmm.
And like, from the kids, I learn a lot from kids. With messages that they send, things like that. It's like, okay, you're actually teaching me a lot, because you're in this world that's changing,
Hmm.
and you're making this change. So I need to learn from you. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah.
That is wonderful. Well, Armando, thank you so much for coming on the Kayden Gordon Show today's Best Country Mix. We appreciate your time so much.
Thank you so much, the Kayden Gordon Show. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Kayden, for having me here. It's been great, and I'm glad we finally got to connect. And this is so awesome. And I love country music.